Here where I live in Texas, if you go to a local pond, you are bound to see these ducks with a red mask. Sometimes they're kind of bumpy, and they usually come in colors black, white, tan, browns. They are called Muscovy ducks. Muscovy ducks are super underrated. They are absolutely my favorite duck. We actually built a pond around our ducks. We had Welsh Harlequin, and I wasn't a fan. I'm not really a fan of the mallard-derived ducks. I love the Muscovies, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, the Muscovy's temperament is really chill. When we first got them, I quickly noticed how calm they were, and then they didn't make a lot of noise quacking. If you didn't know, Muscovies do not quack. They do more of like a hiss, and when mamas are big and broody, they'll even do a little squeaky noise when you get too close to their eggs or their little ducklings. So that's about as far as the noise goes. One of the only things that you really have to worry about with Muscovies is they do fly. If you have a bunch of acres, that's not really an issue. As long as you have a big water source for them, the odds of them getting away is pretty slim. But we have a small pond in a little bit under a half acre. So instead of us just allowing them to be able to fly, we ended up clipping their wings. If you're not familiar with clipping wings, it's kind of like the equivalent of us cutting our fingernails. So it doesn't hurt them at all as long as you do it properly. Some of you are going to probably be like, oh, that's cruel. What if they, have any danger? To be honest, we're in our yard, it's completely fenced in, and our animals are fenced in as well. So we don't have to worry about anything that would hurt them. And they're tough. Muscovy duck hatching eggs. So there's a lot of little Muscovy duck books out there too. I really like Muscovy ducks as pets. It covers everything you really need to know. And I wanted to kind of discuss their hatching eggs. You can eat them. The membrane's a little tough to kind of crack, but we eat them all the time. We bake with them, and if you're frying them, you keep them a little less on the pan, unlike chicken eggs, because they'll kind of get rubbery. So you want a quick little fry and they're good to go. But baking is really what they really use them for. So this is me kind of incubating eggs. I love Muscovy ducks. Again, I think they're super sweet. So I love to incubate them. Thankfully, Muscovies, though, they're excellent mothers. They are my natural incubators. I always kind of stuff eggs under them. Anytime I see them collecting, and you'll know because they'll slowly just start to build a nest. They'll put like little eggs here and there, and they'll even take the chicken eggs or the turkey eggs. They take 35 days to hatch them, so probably I want to say they'll start collecting eggs for about a good week or so. And then you'll start to see it collecting with the feathers and all the hay around it. And the odds of them actually hatching out ducklings is really high. I have never had another bird or duck, chicken, turkey, hatch eggs the way Muscovy ducks do. I love the fact that they don't need my help. They literally do not need my help. If they do, sometimes it'll just be me wanting to kind of fluff up their nesting area. Sometimes I'll put them in the tractor or put the tractor over their nest so that I can ensure that they're super safe. Like in case I know that the ducklings are going to hatch, it's like day 34, day 33. And I want to just make sure that the ducklings are okay because just like any little birds, like chicks, poults, and ducklings, there are animals that want to eat them. So I do for the first week sometimes make sure they're protected. But overall, the mamas do an excellent job. As you can see, this picture, I'm not sure if it shows it well. Okay, this mama hatched a little turkey poult. And it's so funny because I've watched them take eggs. I've seen them kind of wobble around with their big fluffy bodies and take the chicken and the turkey eggs. And it's so cute because all they want to do is be moms. That's been my experience. So even if I want chicken eggs to hatch, the odds of me giving them to the chickens is pretty slim. I usually just use my little incubators, aka my Muscovy mamas, and they will raise the chicks. I mean, I have never had a mama reject them. I'm sure it's possible that maybe there are bad mothers, but in our breeding experience, I have not had a mother reject a turkey or a chick. I've actually had mothers steal ducklings from other mothers. I remember 2 sets of mamas. They all had ducklings. It was crazy. We had ducklings all over the place. And one mama went into the pond to try and bathe. And while she was bathing, the other mother went to her ducklings and literally took them. Like, she walked beside them, don't know what they were talking about in duck language, and she started walking away from the pond with the group of ducklings. It was just like, all right, guys, mama's taking a bath, I'll take you. It was so funny because, well, it's kind of sad too, because the mama that was bathing actually never got them back. Like, she just was no longer their mother anymore. So do watch out for that. These are the ducklings when they're little. Oh my goodness, are they not the cutest ever? So with Muscovy ducklings, if you are raising them, like hatching them out yourself, or you're protecting them from the cold, or you are putting them in like a brooder, please know that they are messy. Ducklings in general are so messy. They, oh my goodness, get their water everywhere, get their food everywhere. They stink. Like, ducklings are so messy, but they're so cute. So you just see their little faces. They eat a lot too. In my experience, they've done a lot more. They're better eaters than the chicks, but they're kind of gross. So I quickly put them outside. I'll keep them in the brooder indoors for like a week or 2, if that. And I will find some type of way to take them outside, and I'll take whatever I have, the heat plate or the heat lamp, whatever it is, I will take it outside and put them in a safe spot because I just cannot deal with the smell anymore. My husband can't either. Here's a video of me using my incubator. So we do it on 99.5 Fahrenheit. We try to keep it at 55 degrees to like 60 degrees humidity. Every now and again, I'll kind of spritz with a water bottle as well, just to make sure that the humidity kind of stays up. Ducklings, in my experience, they need a lot more of the spritzing, a lot more humidity than our chicks did. But in our experience, they were super simple to hatch. I have the Nurture Right 360, and it has not done me wrong. I'm actually in the stages of getting another one because I used mine to the death. So I'll be getting a new one soon. These are kind of what they look like after probably about, I want to say like 10 weeks. No, I don't know, probably like 8 to 10 weeks, somewhere around there. They are the cutest and they love the water. That's another thing about Muscovy ducks. That's a Welsh Harlequin, the white one over there. I'm not a huge fan. They were some fancy breed that we got at a farm sale, and I wasn't a huge fan. They laid all over the place. They quacked all over the place. They were kind of grumpy. I'm not a fan of that breed. Muscovies are super chill, just like me, and I enjoy them. But yes, Muscovy ducks, they forage as well. I have seen them eat a ton of mosquitoes. I've seen them foraging much more than any other animal on our little homestead. I've also seen them getting along with the other animals. That was something that really shocked me, how well they got along with our chickens and our turkeys. This is Bob. He is a sweetheart. Love him so much. Look at how cute he is. And Muscovies are funny because their feathers can change. He used to look like a seal. He was completely all black to the left. And then after the summer, he started to change colors. So with Muscovy males, as you can see, their red mask is much bumpier and bigger. That's usually how you can tell they're male. I have not had much issues at all with him being a father. He's been a great father to the ducklings. Usually he kind of ignores the mama, but when he is around the ducklings, he's a really good dad, and I'm so thankful for that. I completely forgot that I was going to tell you that Muscovies do not need as much water as the mallard breed ducks. They like the water, but they don't need as much. In my experience, they do like to swim. They need water to cover their nose because that's how ducks clean out their nostrils and they stay healthy. But if you had a little pond or a bucket like half this size, that is more than enough for them. So don't panic. You see our little pond here. You can have something smaller, even a pool. And they also don't make as much mess as any of the other breeds that I've seen. All in all, these are my favorite ducks, and don't let them fool you at the parks and things. They do look a little creepy at first, but then you really get to know them and you start to love them. If you are searching for a good duck, that's a forager, that's a great mom, that has a temperament that's chill and who isn't quacking super loud all the time, this is 100% the duck that you need. They're also extremely independent and they can really take care of themselves mostly when it comes to any type of weird attacks or anything. I've seen them fight off the small little skunks and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I appreciate you guys watching.